In January of 2023, I received a notice and invitation to meet our top 3 finalists for superintendent. Within 60 seconds of an online search, I found red flags that led me to incredibly concerning news reports and footage on one of those candidates. The following clips are just a portion of what I discovered.
There's been a huge lack of transparency, honesty in this whole issue.
Anger boiling over among parents, fueled by their belief in the lack of accountability.
She had chronic bronchitis the entire time she was in Green Meadow.
I'm not the only parent who's had kids hospitalized because they went to that class.
30% of the school's employees reported symptoms of asthma.
Teachers at Green Meadow have been getting sick, and for the past 2 or 3 years. Pieces of tile have been falling for the past 2 or 3 years. This is nothing new.
Maynard's superintendent, Robert Girardi. And one parent tonight going as far as to asking that superintendent to resign. His question met with applause from the crowd.
How does the subject of these news reports make it onto our top 100 list for superintendent, let alone our top 3? How is he not weeded out? How does a candidate that hundreds of parents demanded resign from his past super position get this far through our process? Many of those parents held him responsible for severe health issues experienced by their elementary-aged children, some requiring hospitalization. 30 to 50% of the staff within that elementary school exhibited symptoms of respiratory illness. How does the super that 2 teacher and para unions voted no confidence in at his former district make the cut in Amherst? How do we spend $10,000 or more on a consultant to assist in the search process to end up with an end result like this? The consultant we paid was from NESDEC, the same outfit that provides our student enrollment productions. How does a civil rights complaint for discriminatory action against a special needs student at his former district not get brought up, an area of education that Amherst prides itself on? How do widely broadcast television news reports go unnoticed? I saw striking similarities between our districts. Amherst Middle School, which also has asbestos, was allowed to deteriorate for years with leaking roofs, as described here in an Amherst School Board meeting.
I just want to highlight that the C1, C2, and D are those areas of the student hallway where they have like the large trash cans catching the tiles regularly. And kind of blocking space and making that an issue for the, more of an issue for the students to be able to get around than what we have in the cafeteria.
In fairness, I attended and met this candidate, explained my concerns, our maintenance issues at the middle school, and asked for his side of the story and why he should be entrusted with the care of our students and teachers. He said we'd be lucky to have someone with experience with these matters in Amherst. I told him his answer was outrageous. Parents approached and thanked me for bringing this matter up, including a member of administration that offered to provide me with the email addresses of every SAU 39 board member. I wrote a detailed letter with sources, including links to the news reports you just saw. Multiple members of the boards and administration responded, thanking me for my diligence and dedication to the district. A copy of this email will be posted to my Aaron Kaplan for Amherst School Board Facebook page. Fortunately, Superintendent Berry was awarded with the position. That is not enough, though. We must ensure that whatever mistakes led to a very questionable candidate almost securing that position are not repeated in the future. To that end, I delved into past minutes and videos to see what occurred. The following clips are from the December 20th, 2022 SAU meeting prior to my letter being sent to the board members. Even before having my email in hand raising concerns over a candidate, 2 Sauhegan board members expressed concerns.
This isn't a critique of the committee particularly, it's really a critique of the process. The decision to eliminate candidates and to inform them that they're formally eliminated should have been the board decision. And I think we jumped the shark here a little bit, and I'm very concerned about this for such an important decision that we're about to make.
So this isn't necessarily to criticize. This is just to point out that, yeah, we could have done something a little differently. Somebody's asking questions. I'm sure there are people in the public who have the same question. And all we're doing is answering that right now, having that discussion. Unfortunately, these boards change over a lot, so we don't have the institutional knowledge going forward. And we're going to make, these boards that come after us are going to make the same mistakes. But if we can have it on record, if we can have some experience and maybe some things that we could have done differently, just trying to put it out there for public consumption. If anybody has a problem with that, then you probably shouldn't be in public office, because having a thick skin and accepting criticism is part of the job.
John Glover raised valid concerns over the process that prevented him and other board members from making major decisions, in turn preventing them from being able to answer to their constituents. When Mr. Glover began receiving pushback, Dan Veo pointed out the importance of asking and answering questions, and also fielding and openly accepting criticism. Their concerns were well-founded, as a review of relevant district policy on committees demands that the ultimate authority to make decisions will continue to reside with the board. The January 26, 2023 SAU meeting concluded the superintendent search process, but unfortunately without any acknowledgement of issues that occurred with the process or with our paid consultant. The consultant was praised, the matter concluded. There are multiple problems here, and I intend to enact the following solutions if elected to the Amherst School Board. First, when mistakes are made, and mistakes will be made, I expect to make some myself if given opportunity to serve. No one is infallible, but when mistakes are made, we must at bare minimum acknowledge them, then discuss and put on record how to prevent those same mistakes in the future. As Mr. Veo stated, not just for the current board's benefit, but for future boards as well. On dealing with fellow board members, don't shut down questions, encourage them. Debate, but don't discourage. Never silence. On policy, it simply must be followed. In this case, a committee was able to make a material decision in lieu of the board. That is not a criticism of the committee. It is a criticism of the process that broke protocol. I see Sauhegan doing their best to adhere to policy. I like to bring that same approach to the Amherst School Board, as recent events demonstrate quite clearly that policies are being broken and discussion is shut down when concerns raise. That will be the focus of a future video. On consultants and paid third parties, we must scrutinize data, even when it comes from consultants or experts. Accepting without question is to defer your own judgment to others, and effective leaders do not do that. I've cautioned Amherst School Board on blind trust in consultants and other paid third parties. It's gotten this district in trouble before, and will continue to do so unless they change course on this front. I would like to help make that adjustment if given opportunity. If anything in this video concerns you as it does me, please consider voting Aaron Kaplan for Amherst School Board. If elected, I intend to look back at what went wrong here, identify issues, and write in stone how to prevent them from occurring in the future. Every board should strive for constant improvement. An opportunity was missed here to do just that. We simply cannot afford to repeat mistakes like this in the future. Our students and teachers deserve better than that.